Some people don't appreciate the same teams or the same people having success over and over and over and over and over and over again. That's why the New England Patriots organization is hated so bad by everybody else in the NFL. Because not only are we sick and tired of seeing this entire thing, but also they probably beat your team at one point and caused you a hard time. Bad day. Boo.
Heartbreak.
Boo. Heartbreak.
That's right.
Boo-hoo. This team has done time and time again. This Chiefs team is starting to get like that. Obviously trying to accomplish something that has never been accomplished in the NFL. Winning 3 straight Super Bowls. Are you fucking kidding me? 3 straight. You know how hard it is to obviously make it to 1 Super Bowl. I did my rookie year. Never made it back, obviously. And I'm not saying I had anything to do with any of that, getting there or, not getting there. I mean, there is a lot that has to go into your team being able to survive the entirety of the season. Can't have any injuries to any important role player or any players or role players. In the offseason, after you win, they're going to want to sign your best players. They did. Tyreek Hill, gone. They still win again. And now they're primed to do it, and they're doing shit that, just dicking around.
Yep. Shouldn't be allowed.
We saw him doing the Louisville chugger last week in practice. Now he's doing actual behind-the-back passes in the middle of a fucking game to Travis Kelce, who's still Travis Kelce, by the way. So there's going to be people that don't expect that Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes led Kansas City Chiefs to be able to go 3 straight. There's going to be people that think they get lucky. There's people that say that Patrick Mahomes is lucky. There's people that compare Patrick Mahomes' stats to other quarterback stats, and the only stat they seemingly don't put on there is Super Bowls won by the time you're 27 years of age. And now they're doing behind-the-back passes in the game. Now, you see this, you think to yourself, well, that's magical.
Very.
This Mahomes guy is magical. Let's hear what Andy Reid had to say about the entire play in his press conference after the game.
Sure. I mean, that's good. I mean, I think it's, listen, they do it in basketball every game, so several times in every game. So, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Behind the back. Huh?
What are we talking about? Basketball all the time. Wait, you should see me. I get a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Boop. And I go, look at that. It's in my left hand now.
How about that?
How about with my grandkids? I'll have like a rock in this hand, and they'll go behind my back, and I'll go, which hand? And then they guess, maybe the other one. I go, neither hand. I dropped it.
Boom.
Like I'm Andy Dufresne.
Gotcha.
So that is not that impressive. Trying to undersell it a little bit. Trying to undersell it. Is he trying to make it just like, hey, this is just going to be a part of our repertoire? Is Andy Reid kind of setting people up to be like, this isn't that big of a deal, and we don't know why this hasn't been happening? Because although the pads are a little tight, and unlike basketball, if you do one of those, you can lose the game. In basketball, there's a lot of passes. There's a lot of turnovers. There's a lot of possessions. In football, you do one of those and you're off. That thing goes the other way. You lose the game. So for people to do that, especially, if you have any cheeks too, you
got to fit it around.
That is, with shoulder pad, and he wears the
flag there.
He wears the thing. So I don't know if basketball players are wearing all that stuff. I don't think they are. There was a couple players back in the day though that had the full on.
Yeah, pads.
They were doing that entire thing. But anyways, that is not easy. And for him to complete it to Travis Kelce, of course he did. What a play call. I wonder what they call that play. Well, let's go to Travis Kelce in the middle of the game.
Patrick said that the behind-the-back pass was improvised. That wasn't a play. What do you have to say?
It wasn't a play. No, it was a play. It was a first down. He's got the voice thing, and so he kind of mumbled out the play. I couldn't hear it. I was walking up to the line. I was like trying to decipher what he was saying. Before I knew it, he snapped the ball, and and then I kind of saw him out of my peripheral run to the sideline, so I was trying to go help my guy out. By the time I looked over there, he was already in mid-form, like a photo on a sports card, throwing the ball to me. So it was just, I guess, right place at the right time.
Okay, so he says, and this was after Patrick Mahomes was interviewed during the game, and he said that, out of spite, he actually threw it and did that. So the internet obviously goes, well, that's not true. There's no way that's true. Here's Patrick Mahomes in the press conference immediately after the game talking about the play that captivated the entire internet, because we all realized quickly that the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes, and guess who doesn't?
Everybody else.
All of us. Here's Patrick Mahomes talking about the play.
We had a play called where it was an RPO play, and Travis was supposed to run an out route. We had the leverage we wanted.
Sweet change.
I should have known because he asked me what he had as he was motioning over. You can see him kind of look back at me. I thought I told him, and it was going to be open, so I pulled it, and then he wasn't out there, so I was going to run for it. And, of course, he was blocking, and then he just turned around, and I just threw it to him. So it wasn't how it was drawn up, but I always told you it has to happen naturally. I can't, force it. And I did it, and then I actually forgot about it. And then, as the game went on, they asked me about it. I was like, oh, yeah, it probably looked pretty cool. But I haven't actually got to see it yet.
Do you think
John Bertrand's going to run that.
liberate you to put
stat. And they should tap him.
Yeah.
Not necessarily. I think it's just naturally got to happen. Like if you look at that play, like I'm not gonna say it's the only way you can make that throw, but it was kind of like it would have been hard for me to kind of turn and throw it back across above the two guys chasing me. I think so. We'll see when we get on film, but it's not something that I'm going to try to major in. It might be something that just kind of happens every once in a while.
When you let it go, what did it feel like? You know, it was.
I knew it was low. I was just hoping it got to Travis. I knew it was kind of on target. It just was low. But like I said, it wasn't like I didn't do it to like look cool. I literally did it as I was like pissed. I was like, why didn't you run that route like that? And then it just worked out.
Okay, so it does feel like, unless he's one of the greatest thespians of all time, that was not a play call, and this is just something that's been added to his repertoire. You know, we got a chance during quarterbacks to kind of see him and his quarterback coach and his body coach, and they talk about working on all the off-balance shit. Yep. You know, C.J. Stroud has his own way to go about doing it, but Patrick Mahomes' workouts during the offseason, former baseball player, I don't know.
That's right.
He played baseball.
Yes,
Through
he did.
gas.
Did you know he played? His dad also.
Yeah,
played
pitched in
baseball.
the big leagues.
So we just want to be able to utilize that arm talent that he has, but also make sure that he's prepared for it. So nothing is really off balance. Everything is in balance. They talk about people not having to reset and get their feet under him. His feet need to be always under him, and that's what we work on all the time. And people talk about Patrick Mahomes as this guy who's incredible. I think his work ethic also phenomenal. So all that shit that he is doing has obviously been worked on for 10,000 hours, seemingly, to get the confidence to be able to pull it off in a game, preseason game. That's a different level. Joining us now is a guy who had a lot of success. You know, at what point? So many. The most amount of success
by far
in the history of football.
For the longest time.
The most amount of we fucking did it in the history of football. Greatest GM of all time, greatest head coach of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, 8-time Super Bowl champion Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Hey, Pat. How you doing?
I love what's behind you right now. That Scrabble board has got me zinked up.
Scrabble board?
Hell yes. I mean, I would assume you're a master Scrabble player. Is that something that's accurate?
I don't know about that, but that's all right.
I appreciate you doing that. It looks cool, and we're very thankful that you're joining us. We were just talking about the Kansas City Chiefs and obviously the Patrick Mahomes behind-the-back play that they're saying was not a called play. It was improvised. It was really the only way for me to get the ball to Travis, who ran the wrong route. We all have heard about the Travis routes and how that whole thing works. What are your thoughts on this Kansas City Chiefs team being able to sustain success when the entire world is not only kind of hoping you fail, but looking for you to fail? How do you continue to get better, and how do you continue to drive? And what do you think about this particular group with Andy Reid leading the way?
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting question, Pat. Let's see. Let's start on offense. It looked to me like they wanted to play Worthy with Mahomes, and Mahomes gave him a bunch of targets. Got him on that first flag route, and then an under route. They ran a reverse to him, things like that. So it looked like it was let's get some timing with the receivers, with Rice, with Worthy, Kelsey for a little while in there. And I think that was for the quarterback and receivers just to get work under, game conditions, not just practice. And so I think that was the purpose of it. Then, Andy let, the rest of the guys play throughout the game. But I thought offensively, it looks like it's just going to be an effort to get the young guys, timing with Pat so they're ready to go early against Baltimore. Obviously, they have the big opener there. I think the bigger issues are going to be on defense. They couldn't turn the ball over. Look, they played very well in the playoffs, so that's where it counts, and that's the most important thing. But overall, as a team, run defense, turnovers, I think that's an area that they're going to want to improve in, and I just think it's going to be tough this year. They're a good team. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. I just think this third year for it all to fall into place 3 years in a row is tough. I think if anybody can do it, it's probably Kansas City. But it won't be easy. It won't be easy. They'll have I'm not sure how tough the AFC West is going to be, but I think in the end, they're going to have some tough opponents, through the course of the season and the playoffs. But Andy will have them ready to go, and I think they'll maybe score more than they did last year. We'll see if we'll see if they can hold up defensively. I lost a couple good coverage players, obviously Snead. We'll see how all that comes together.